Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you might have noticed, the background is a bit different. My neighbors are having like a really kind of loud barbecue outside, which is like kind of American, so that's perfect. So I'm inside my dad's office. Hopefully he doesn't mind, but they're not here, so we're good. So thank you for being here, for choosing to watch my YouTube channel, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And if you have not subscribed yet, you should. I make fun content about hair and college, basically about life and what I'm passionate about. So I feel like if that interests you, please hit the subscribe button and let's get into the video. So today we're going to be talking about your college essay and what you're going to write, and some of the things I wish I had known, and some of the tips that I took from other people, and just things that helped me with the process to make it a bit easier. Today, let's talk about the essay. So for me personally, my essay took me weeks. I think it took me like maybe 2 months or whatever, and you might be thinking like, that's a long time. Yours. I'm like, why did it take you so long? And the thing is, with these essays, you want to make sure it is perfect. And I know I don't want to be that person to cause you stress or anything like that. And that's why you need to start your essay, let's say during after third term, or I guess you could say in the summer. You need to start your essay in the summer. It doesn't have to be long or anything like that. You can outline just a rough draft and just ideas of what you want to put down on paper, or some of the things that interest you. Because the thing is, it's not like writing a paper for an English class or anything like that, because this has to draw the reader it's not just a simple paper like a research paper. It's not just a usual college paper or a high school paper. Rather, this has to, in essence, tell your audience, or I guess the college admissions board, who you are as a person, what you're passionate about, and what you're looking for in a college, and whether or not you're going to be a good fit for them. And so for me personally, I had written this poem that was really close to my heart and something I was really passionate about. And I'm not normally a poem person, but I like freestyle, and so I wrote that in 10th grade, and I ended up using that poem for my college admissions thing. But the thing is, I didn't use that in its rawest form. It took me weeks and weeks to edit, change, add things that they wanted in there, or things that my mentors or readers and everything had said about it that they wanted me to change. And so that's what I suggest, is that to get started on it as early as possible, because as soon as you start, the sooner you start, the less you have to worry, because you have as much time as you need to edit. And if you're done early, then no one can complain about it. That's always awesome, because then that means the less you're probably gonna be at the beginning of your junior year trying to submit assignments, as well as trying to do normal schoolwork. And if you're working, that's just a lot on someone's plate. So I recommend start in the summer and get as much of it done as you possibly can. So the second tip I have is about just getting to make sure that you have as many people as you possibly could have read. And I'm not saying have everyone read it that you know, because that's not realistic and that's probably not the best thing. But what I do recommend is that you have at least 4 people read it. And so for me personally, I had my dorm mom read it. I had my parents read it, and then I had my English teacher read it, and then I had I had 5, and then I had my mentor read it, and then I had someone I didn't know, I barely knew. I had him read it. He is a high school's guidance counselor for colleges, and so he read it. He barely knew me, so it was the best kind of it. So that was 5 people, and you probably don't need 5 people in my opinion. I think I might have taken it a bit overboard, but I recommend having as many people read it, because different people have different strengths that they can add to your paper. So someone might be really good at grammar, another person could be really good at making sure your structure flows and just makes sense. Another person might know you personally and went through that experience with you, so they can add their perspective and just make the paper be whole instead of just flat, like not having a personality or a character or things that make it interesting. So that's something I recommend, is having as many people as you possibly can read it and have them be honest, and don't be I guess like closed off to their opinion and ideas. Like personally, like whenever like I had like, when let's say like the high school guidance counselor, like when he sent me my essay back, there was a decent amount of red marks, and I was like, dang, that's a lot. And a lot of times when you've worked so hard to write something that's personal and that like you genuinely care about, it's so easy to be defensive and not want to fix or whatever, but listen to them because they're seeing it from a perspective that isn't like so emotionally attached to it. Does that make sense? So have people read it that you normally wouldn't, like, I guess, that don't know you on a personal level, that they would be biased. So do that. I definitely recommend it, and it helped my essay become 10 times better, and I just really like appreciated it. So I would do that. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to use the same this is probably not the best thing, but I did, and I got into all my colleges. So don't be afraid to use the same essays for your colleges. So yes, you do use like the same one for like your Common App, like the main one you do, and you just submit it for all your schools. But some of them, like for example, like Messiah asked like, what are you passionate about, blah blah blah, and like tell us about your experience in this and that. And then like Wheaton asked the same thing, and like SPU and Westmont, and like they all asked pretty much the same question. And so I ended up using SPU's question for 3 schools because I was like, man, I have a lot of homework, I have a lot to do, and they're basically asking you the same question. So don't be afraid. Just make sure the first one that you do is crafted well, and make sure you don't leave the name of the other school in it, because that will not help you. So don't do that. But just make sure the first one is really good, so that way you put your maximum effort, because you can't necessarily, if you apply to like 9 schools, you can't put maximum effort in all of those, and then also write a major essay and try to do school. Like that's a lot to ask, and I don't know if that's necessarily the smartest thing. So what if you like write one that is really good and then just send it to the other schools as well, just insert their name, and sometimes you might have to tweak it to answer their question, but like it's not that big of a deal. So do that. I did that, and it worked out great for me, and it saved me a lot of time and just stress, because during this time it can be so stressful. So take the breaks that you need and take advantage of the opportunities that you do get, in which the answers or questions are so close to each other, you can just submit it. So that's my tip, is use the same, I guess, essay or whatever it is. And then the other thing about essays is scholarships. So for myself, for Wheaton, and even Messiah, they both had like a multicultural scholarship. And the thing with those is they're a competition to see like who'd get it or whatever. And you, at that, like, I feel like they sent it like at the wrong time, because I was so stressed and everything, and I just didn't feel like I could do that and try to do school and just like everything else that I had on my plate. But the thing is, those are so important because they save you so much money. And I'm so glad my parents told me, like, Jerusalem, like, I know this is taking like 2 hours out of your day to write like a really well written essay, but think of it in the long run is like you're getting $2,000. Worst case scenario, you are at least guaranteed $2,000 compared to, and then if you actually end up winning, then you get full tuition. So take advantage of those and write even if you're stressed. And that's just like a bonus, is that like you are at least guaranteed the $2,000, and that helped me a lot in my, like, $2,000 is a lot, and it might not seem like a lot when you're in high school and like, I don't know, you don't necessarily understand the bigger picture, but college can be so expensive. So the $2,000 really does help you. So I recommend, like, don't take the shortcut and be like, oh, I'm not gonna write it because I'm too tired or I'm too busy. do those. It helps, I promise. And then the other thing that I have to recommend is just making sure that when you are writing your essay, the main one, the Common App one, make sure you are passionate about that topic. Don't choose a topic because you think it will sound interesting to them, because that is not the case. Like when I wrote mine, I was like, dang, like this is personal. I don't really know if I want to share this or whatever, but at the same time I was like, this is who I am as a person and what I'm interested in. So in your paper, like if you know what you're gonna major in or what you're interested in, so like for me personally, like I want to be a lawyer when I've gone through undergrad. And the thing is, like I mentioned that in my college essay, I shaped it in a way that like my story led to that, and like how me pursuing higher education was accomplishing my hard work and like my life story too, if that makes sense. So like talk about things that interest you and that you're passionate about. So if it's Legos, or if it's hair, or if it's I'm trying to think, like soccer or teamwork, or this one funny like incident that just changed you or made you think a different way, or things like that that you think are significant, they will be interesting because you wrote it, and you're gonna write it with a passion that no one else would write it. And because like if you were gonna do it the same way as like me, like so if you wrote about your life story and I wrote about my life story, but you weren't passionate about your life story as much as I was, I would likely get the better offer or whatever, because it's going to show through my essay, compared to you. If you didn't do that, then it's not going to be evident that that's something that you're interested in. So I would recommend, like whatever the topic be, whether it's languages or whatever, like make sure you're passionate about it and write about it, and write as many times as you need to, because rough drafts can be saved and you can just like take pieces and just like put it all together, and in the end it's going to be like a perfect puzzle, and it's going to be so worth it when you get all those acceptance letters, and your day will be made. So do that. And I hope this was helpful and something that you were able to like gain a lot of knowledge on, and I hope that you have an amazing experience. I know this year is gonna be a struggle, so make sure you take the opportunities that you have to be able to accomplish the goals that you've set for yourself. And I wish you the best of luck. If you need anything, let me know. You can comment down below, and if you end up like needing someone to read your essay or whatever, I'm more than happy to. I'm not necessarily the grammar type of person, but I'm more than happy to like make sure that like it makes sense, whatever. But definitely reach out to your teachers, your parents, and things like that, because they genuinely care and want the best for you. So do that. And if you have any specific questions about like the college process and like other things that you want me to answer and talk about more in length, let me know. I love you guys so much, and I thank you so much. And if you have not hit the like button, hit the like button and subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.